It might not seem like it, but we're here back on the initial playthrough save file. And at the moment I'm on the high of finishing the Impossible Dream. But yeah, our reward for completing this so many moons ago, collecting all 42 artifacts, is this cog mod, which unlocks this cave. And before we enter, I would just like to quickly mention that there are a few setups you can do to make this a little bit easier, but I'm thinking that for my first attempt through, I will be going with just what I have on me at the moment. Okay, so the ultimate trial. I could be wrong on how this works, if it's after the first one, but the trials you're given are like, there's a set of there's a set of trials, but the order you get them in is completely random, I think, apart from the first one. So it's kind of important that we read the signs to know what we have. Okay, so the restrictions we have placed on us. So I think... Okay, cool. That's what this is. 12 crushes. I'm just gonna mention this now. Apologies if I go a little bit silent. I'm trying to focus, and it does not feel great to have a little bit of audio delay on this, because I think it's absolutely necessary to like know when things are happening. Okay. I feel like I should be going faster. Okay, oof. Which way do we go? I'm just gonna go this way and hope that we don't need to go the other way. Okay, I get the feeling that we did go the wrong way. Okay. I'm probably gonna mention it like a few times just because it kind of did just happen, but I cannot believe I did the Impossible Dream on the first recorded attempt. Because like I was thinking going into it, like, it's not going to happen. We got Speedrunner Hardcore done within the one attempt. There's no way we get this again. Okay, I want to go fast. What's the thing here? That, okay. Okay, one down. To be completely honest, I don't know how many more to go. Only jet engine allowed. Okay, so that... okay. Okay, yeah. Man, having the fully upgraded jetpack just feels so weird. And it kind of makes this a little bit trivial. I kind of wonder what the minimum specs for this is, but could definitely be wrong on that. Actually, do you even need... Just want to do that. Do we even need the jetpack to get all 2042 artifacts. Because I'm kind of thinking that it might be possible to unlock this. I'm taking way too much damage for what, for my liking. Okay. And yep, we just have a little bit of a Mario Bros reference. Okay, I think there's like 8 of these. Okay, another no jet engine. Okay. Just make sure we have return to sender on. That's going to be really important to have. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, maybe there's something else coming up that makes it a little bit harder. So I don't really want to jinx myself, but I feel like I could be wrong on this, but I feel like maybe having the Impossible Dream before this might be a little bit anticlimactic, but I mean, I kind of wanted this to be like a final episode on the initial save file to be a good send-off to it. Okay. I would have really loved some more health. I think there's a trial with water, and with my current setup, we can fairly easily get health back if we set on water. I don't think we're timed. I'm just gonna sit down all this because I don't think we need to be on one. Okay. Okay, no. I completely forgot that was a thing. Right, okay, I think I know what the gist is here. We have to press all the buttons. But I forget how involved this one gets. Okay. Okay, there's a Portal reference, that's fun. Wait, do we need to complete that one? Okay. I think this is the one I'm thinking about. The one that might have water. Okay, cool. I think we should be safe there. And yeah, this is absolutely one where if you have or get this too late, then just good luck. Okay, that's True Survivor done. Okay, how many more of them? Okay, good. Wait, do I not have ramjet vigor on? Okay, this is getting really out of hand. Holy shit. You bitch. Of course there's more. Okay, I don't think we can do the rest of them. Okay, getting this now just feels annoying. Okay, we need to do a triangle jump and or can we not? It's gonna go a little bit silent here, just so I can focus on this, and do the beeping of the low heart is just very annoying. Like I've got to say, and as fun as it is to say this, but I don't think we will be able to do yeah, I don't think we'll be able to do this with this amount of health left. Is it just like a frame perfect wall jump off? I kind of expect a double jump to be able to somewhat cheese this ever so slightly. Okay, yep, okay, I thought so. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit stubborn and see how far we can get with the same setup. Yeah, and I think if I see any more any new trials or the trial we failed on previously, I think I'll cut back to there, but at that point, or anything else, I might just skip over if anything interesting happens, because like this is going to take a bit. This could take a bit, actually. If anything is to be believed. But then again, I think after, oh, if this attempt fails, then I'll go through setup that makes it a little bit easier. So that is True Survivor, but I'm hoping like this is the one you kind of lose health on the most. Okay, Trial of Escape. should be fine. Just kind of rush through. Just not think about it. Just keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. I'm trying to think of another song of theirs, but I just can't. Right, okay, that makes sense. That would be why it's called this. Can you do your thing, please? Thank you. I would like you over this way, please. Okay, cool. Okay. I guess now would be a good time to explain it. But before I forget, I'm turning Ramjet back on. Thank you very much. Where is it? Yeah, okay. So, Recircle of Life. If we discard a treasure, we get a health back. I am turning that on. We don't really need that. Okay, I'm turning that on and go around looking for enemies. So I will be back when I have a lot of them. So it took me a bit to get this much. I would probably recommend going in with more, but the gist of it is for ores, if you have a full set of 4, it gives 1 heart back. But if you have 1 or 3, it only gives a half. I don't know how much a gem gives back. I think I'll edit it in how much it does give, but the game does mention that it gives more than these things, and yeah, by that grind I got up to the maximum level. Okay, so I'm thinking that we'll more or less do the same thing as before. And I'll kind of skip over any caves I've shown off so far. I should have checked if doing what you needed to do there would have helped. Oh, would have healed you. Okay, trial of escape. I'm kind of hoping that the final segment that we were at when we died was the last of it. Okay, love to have more health for this, but... Please tell me. Thank fuck. Okay. Fuck. Not quite the ones I want back to back, to be completely honest. Fuck, okay. So there's at least one more trial that we haven't seen. And I'm really hoping that like that is the last one. I'll just push through. Because it sucks that we now have to go through and grind out the resources. Okay. This. Okay. This is where the run dies. I'm sorry to say, but there is no way I'm getting through this with the amount of health I have left. I thought there was... I'm gonna give this one more attempt and then I'm gonna go pause the recording and go grind out some bloodstones because I was not expecting this, of all things, to take me a while to do. 'Cause I was like, oh, I haven't practiced this in a bit. I don't need to. It'll be a fun recording. And I mean... like, I'll get this first try. It'll be easy. So far, no. Hello. I'm here. So that's nice. No. Really? Okay. I know what I said, but after that attempt, I really want to run it back. Because I feel like if we got Trial of Rockets a little bit early, we would have made it. That and they'd kind of get unlucky in the Trial of Escape. So... I'm just kind of thinking if that was the final trial we had to do. Because I think there might be another trial like this. But this could just be the one I'm thinking of. Because when I first played, there was one that I just really struggled with. Because the game kind of expects you to know a few speedrunning tricks. Or the game wants you to know more so how the game works in terms of momentum and stuff. Like the fact you can still jump when you've walked off a cliff. Like when you just walked off a cliff. Don't exactly know how this is going to work. Okay, we can just do that. Okay, I don't like the fact that we had to pop choose survivor there, but... What was that? We still have the trial of flight left. Before I get ahead of myself, we still have the trial of flight left. I feel like I should say something, but like at the same time, I feel like I really need to shut the fuck up and focus. Shut the fuck up and lock in. But I mean, if this is the run, then I kind of want to be saying shit, you know? You know how it goes? But like, it definitely feels weird, somewhat to an extent, to like know that this so far of an experience has been harder than the Impossible Dream, I think. Although I would probably chalk that up to the fact that my recent experience has more so been about the Impossible Dream and less so about this, so that's why. Okay, right. I'm just gonna take a moment to revel in this because, man, what the fuck? There is one more artifact. The proof of completion. You know what? Fuck this. I'm going back to town. Does Thingy have anything to say? Okay, you've actually located the mythical 43rd precious artifact. How I've dreamed of this. My family has been looking for this thing for generations. I cannot wait to feast my eyes upon it. Wait. That's it? This is so disappointing. Well, thank you, I guess. My life feels so meaningless now. Brother, how the fuck do you think I feel? Sure, let's go over the reward for more or less completing the game. Proof of completion. We apologize for the inconvenience. And I would say the tagline, but I would not trust myself to be able to pronounce that. But I do want us to see what it translates to. Editing Alt is popping up one last time for SteamWorld 2. Now, I would normally just use a text pop-up to explain the translation. In fact, the direct translation via Google Translate is on screen now. It's just that there's a little bit more to the phrase. Firstly, it's a reference to an old Swedish song in which a line from the chorus states that it should be pleasant to live, or it doesn't matter, and they've changed the context to be about digging instead of living by simply replacing a word, it now becoming something close to it should be enjoyable to dig. And secondly, if I'm to take Google's AI overview, at face value, it actually is a saying in Sweden, the original line, not the one about digging, which reflects the attitude about life. I'd also love to credit the source I got for this, pointing me in the direction of the song, but Reddit's gone off Reddit, and my main source, a post on the Sweden subreddit, has long since been deleted, meaning that I can't give proper credit. Although, thankfully, it is one of the first search results when you do search up the phrase. Would love a Sweden expert to clarify this, but what are the chances that the person that knows Swedish watches this? But yeah, with that all said and done, that is the final achievement, and it probably would have procced when we got this. But I don't know. I think it would actually. I don't know how many years it took to do this, and only some of them were spent actively playing this game. The rest were just procrastinating and trying to think of how the fuck I would do something, and I really do feel extremely guilty for making you guys wait, but we got there in the end. You know, as they say, better late than never. And I just want to soak this in just a little bit more. Actually, it has been a while since I've checked, but is there anything else that... Okay, no, that's it. It feels really weird to see this, but... Do I feel like going through the credits again just to see, actually? Okay, no. I thought it would have put up the end of credits thing. But yeah. We got the end of SteamWorld Dig 2, all achievements before GTA 6. Now to edit down the 2 final episodes before it releases. Anyway, ending the spiel, we should probably get that ahead and done with. So, as is the norm, before we move on to the next project, it is time that we briefly return to Hyrule Warriors. There will be something slightly different than you might expect if you are expecting Hyrule Warriors. But yeah, and then I don't know if I want it to be a 5 or 10 episode chapter for that. I only say that because my copy of Hyrule Warriors is on my Switch 1, and I fear that if I move it over to my Switch 2, then I might lose some save data. I don't really want that, but yeah. And then after that, I have 2 clear ideas at the moment. It's just that one is a little bit further away than I want it to be at the current point, because, being completely honest, I was half expecting the Impossible Dream to take me ages. Like, I had set up episodes 21 to 24 to schedule throughout this week of recording this. It's currently the 3rd of Feb, so yeah. Expecting giving me at least a week to record the Impossible Dream, and maybe like even a little bit more if it had to, but I guess now I have that week to edit down both the Impossible Dream, this episode, the finale, and start work on the next chapter of Hyrule Warriors. So, yay? But yeah, definitely feels really weird to be at the end point. Now the odd thing to do is like, what the fuck do I do with all the knowledge I've built about this game? Like, I'll probably mention it in the previous episode, but for the Impossible Dream, especially if you're speedrunning it, it is highly recommended that you have a guide alongside you to do it. But I didn't. Like, it was all based on memory, pretty much. Like, I know it kind of sounds like bragging. I guess it is slightly, but I mean, I am the person who has remembered where, or memorized roughly where all 240 blue coins are in Mario Sunshine, so I guess that's to be expected somewhat. But I mean, even then, it's just like a rough memory sort of thing. But yeah, I'll stop rambling now because I just noticed that the recording is nearing 2 hours and like, what the fuck? But yeah, as Fen said at the very end, I will see you around a dot.